Welcome back to our Meet the Neighbours road trip special on Overdrive. We're on an epic journey of a lifetime and it's time to journey on to our final neighbour, one that is housed cozily in the lap of the Himalayas. Welcome back to yet another special driving expedition where we've been spending a lot of time to get to know our northeastern neighbouring countries. This time around we're in a beautiful landlocked country which has opened its gates to tourism close to 40 years ago and yet remains to be relatively uncharted territory. I'm talking about a country which measures its prosperity not by GDP but by GNH, which is gross national happiness of its people. I'm talking about the Royal Kingdom of Bhutan. It's time to discover more about it. Bhutan is one of those countries where a road trip is the way to travel to. Not only is air travel costly, infrequent and inconvenient to this remote destination, but like Nepal, it is quite easy for Indians to drive through the borders with no visa required. It is, however, recommended and necessary that you seek the help of a government-certified local tour guide who takes care of immigration and other formalities at the border and other checkpoints. The Nissan Meet the Neighbours expedition was glad to have liaised with Karma Gogo, who helped make our relatively short stint in Bhutan quite a memorable one. Unfortunately, despite not needing a visa to enter and Karma's help, the paperwork and formality warranty a lot of time and patience, and hence we spent half a day at the Bhutanese Immigration and RTO office. It is hence advisable that you add an extra day to simply finish off paperwork at the border whenever you plan a road trip to Bhutan. While we waited, we couldn't help but notice that many Bhutanese people still dress in their traditional outfits. Kira for the ladies and a heavy knee-length robe tied with a belt called gho for the men, which, as Karma explained to us, serves more than one purpose.
So what I'm wearing is our Bhutanese national go, like we say national dress go. So we can use this go as a multi-purpose. For example, have a look. One more glass. So we have two pockets, front pocket, the back pocket, and goes round all over your body. Thank you.
Our tight schedule meant we had to drive up the gorgeous mountain roads from Phunsholing to Thimphu late in the evening. And as we raced against time to make our way to the valley of Paro, the shutterbugs in us came alive.
Not many of us can boast of traveling across borders over a 17-day road trip, but we were lucky enough to be given this opportunity, and what really helped us was the fact that we had two of Canon's best equipments with us, one of which is the Canon EOS 5D Mark III and the other one is the EOS 6D. The best part about both of these cameras is the fact that both of them offer a right balance, the perfect set of balance between higher image quality and higher ISO setting. Throughout the trip, the best part about shooting with the 5D Mark III was the fact that it has this very handy multifunctional button on the body that helps you change settings during a live video stream. For example, when we were crossing the border of Myanmar, it was already dark when we were crossing, and when you're shooting and it's live video stream, and we could just boost up the ISO settings by just using the multifunctional button. All of these small little things comes in very handy when you're on the go, traveling non-stop through different conditions and different setup.
Waking up to the sights of a rainy morning in an old world town nestled in the hills is no less than a dream. We rubbed our eyes and realized that this fairy tale town was Paro, a quaint settlement in the Paro Valley which is also home to the only international airport in Bhutan. A short drive away from our hotel was one of the oldest Buddhist temples built in Paro. According to folklore, the Kichu Lakang temple was built in the 7th century by the Tibetan Emperor Songtsen Gampo over a demoness who tried to prevent Buddhism from spreading in the Himalayas. Kichullakham temple should make it to your must-visit list in Bhutan for its simplicity and serenity.
The best part about the Bhutan I liked was the serene beauty totally. The snow-clad mountains, the monasteries and pollution-free environment. You don't get generally in all our big cities there back in India.
After paying respect to the gods in Bhutan, we decided to spend some time observing the Thangka painters at work. Thangka is a form of Buddhist art expressed on a cotton or silk applique. The artists take anywhere from 4 to 6 months to complete the paintings, each of which require close to 10 hours of almost meditative dedication every single day of the week. Once we were done with our short stroll on the streets of Paro, we decided to move on to the capital city of Thimphu, which is just a short drive away. By the time we reached, we wanted nothing more than to have an authentic Bhutanese lunch.
As you can see, when some of us Indians travel abroad, we can't do without a dal, roti and rice. But when I go abroad, I like to sample the local flavors. So today it's going to be red rice, skip, roti skip, chicken skip, sabzi, dal. It's going to be some imadachi, which is actually chilies with cheese. It's a delicacy here in Bhutan. And we're going to go with some double fried pork. I think that's going to settle really well in my tummy.
Unfortunately, our packed schedules didn't allow us much time in Bhutan. But in the few hours we had in the capital, we managed a short visit to the magnificent and colossal Buddha statue that sits comfortably atop a mountain watching over the city of Thimphu.
This is where we conclude our Meet the Neighbours drive expedition, 2,500 meters above sea level in Bhutan. And as you can see, Bhutan has been raining in on us. This is definitely not the best time to visit Bhutan. Spring and autumn is when you should come and have a look at this gorgeous place. But we have enjoyed every single minute of our trip over here. So I think it's time for you to start planning your trip to our neighbouring countries, and it's time for me to head out of this rain and get a little warm.
If you enjoyed watching our this week's road trip special, remember you can catch the highlights of this show as well as our previous episodes on our YouTube channel. You can also participate in one of these adventurous road trips by just keeping a track of all the updates on www.overdrive.in. Do tune in next week as Bert will bring you the much awaited first drive of the Honda Mobilio.